Hello again, and welcome to this episode of Star Trek Reliant, where we are doing things in space with people and intellectual property held by companies that should be doing better. But anyway, let us begin with introducing our crew for tonight, as we are assaulting the starbase known as Deep Space Nine. Don't worry, we're trying to take it back. We will try not to blow it up in its entirety. We'll see. It'll be fine. Anyway, so let's start off with our first raider, DB Wells.
Should we all have call signs for this mission? I don't know. I didn't think of one.
We have her science officer, Grawl.
This episode is brought to you by Quarks. Come to Quarks. Quarks is fun. Come right now. Don't walk. Run. Quarks is not responsible for any injury sustained while running to Quarks.
We've got our security officer, JB Blanktorog.
I'll run right there. I just gotta grab these pair of scissors.
We've got our pilot, Karjin Ronnie.
Bitch actual, standing by.
We've got our CMO, XO, acting captain, and probably other things we need fancy titles for. We need to make you noble next time we go that far. Anyway, Eli O'Connor.
That's me. I got nothing clever to say. I couldn't think of anything. I have a bunch of pizza. I'm eating a whole pizza.
I want a whole pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza.
The Goku pizza. And then we've got our chief engineer, Rick Tier.
Smashing goes here.
Anyway. Last episode, we, started our engagement on Deep Space Nine. We were able to use some fancy maneuvers from our pilot, Karjin Ronnie, to land a security team, or infiltration team, plus Urban Mech on the hull of Deep Space Nine. On the hull, our crew, sorry. Mouth is a little hurty, so... Yeah, my muscle no talk good. Anyway, our crew was able to infiltrate the security systems on Deep Space Nine and deploy a variety of interesting countermeasures to mainly confuse and annoy the Jem'Hadar so far. Our crew was also split off into two groups, one of which is taking the Urban Mech up towards Ops, and the other group is heading over to Engineering. We start off tonight with basically another look at what's happening in Ops with Karu Khan, the lead Jem'Hadar, who has resisted calls from his founders to stand down, having an increasingly heated discussion with a hologram that has been activated on Ops, specifically Holo Columbo. This engaging discussion currently has Karu Khan loading another Polaron charge into his light machine gun.
You seem to be having a sort of aggressive streak here. I couldn't help but notice.
Oh, there's got to be one of these emitters here somewhere. I'll just get it. Computer,
Listen.
shut off this info. It never works. It never listens.
Oh, well,
What happened to simple buttons?
it wouldn't listen to you, of course. You don't have the right, vocal keys and whatever and whatnot. I'm not really much of a tech guy myself.
You could be anyone, though.
Oh, I mean, I've already told you who I am. Lieutenant Columbo.
With a little persuasion, perhaps you could try unlocking the security systems, yes. And he unloads another volley of Polaron fire into what's basically used to be the computer terminal, but now it's just like a blasted sectional wall.
Oh, no, I'm not a lieutenant for the Federation. I'm a lieutenant for the Los Angeles Police Department. Homicide, specifically. That's my department. I don't
So
really have the
you're-
authority on this station to
So you're
really
a
do anything.
spy and an assassin, are you?
Oh no, it's more like a work trip. I've been sent around, summoned all over the place lately. Honestly,
And he's priming a set of grenades, like an entire bandolier, so he can just throw it over towards Colombo. As we descend down the station, the camera zooms past the promenade, which is under attack by holographic clowns and much chicanery. As Quark looks around the corner, sees the clowns, shrugs, and goes back to polishing the glass. For the few that are, well, holed up in Quarks, just making the best of the situation, including a couple of scared Jem'Hadar officers who are babbling to themselves about the zappers, the buzzers. What did he have in his hand? Am I gonna die now? And
You want to stay in here, you have to pay.
we cut down to the engineering crew, who has, well, infiltrated the station. They're aboard, and they're moving down one of the corridors, trying to find a way towards engineering.
According to the structural readouts of the station, engineering should be this way. Should be.
Aye, sir. And Faberry takes up the rear in a guard position.
Keep scanning. We don't know what's going to be around. They may have their subspace mines running through this entire base.
Faberry scans for mines and other traps.
Can you remind me who else is on the team? On the engineering?
So the engineering team includes, well, wait, who did Eli go with?
Eli's on the whole team.
Okay, so the engineering team is Rick, Setsa, Marcus, Checkers, and Faberry.
Was Setsa on that team, or did she go on the ship?
She's on that team. That's what the thing says.
Excellent.
It's pinned,
yeah.
remember?
Oh, yeah, we're professionals.
Yes, I was on the ship. Hold on a second.
No. She's on the list. I think we may have said she was on the ship, but no, she's on the list.
It is technically also one of those things if Kara is on the list, but we all know she stayed on the ship.
Yeah, I think we said Setsa stayed on the ship, but I'm gonna just have her be on the station because that's fun. It's like there's like a little bit of a sketch. Like she was like her work detail has her on the ship, but then there was just miscommunication. She just went with Marcus. So Kara, next time we're on, you just have a brief moment where you're just like, okay, someone on sensors, give me a read of the station. You look over to Setsa's station and it's empty.
And Grawl is gone too.
You see,
I have no fucking science officers.
you just have like the people that we never mentioned, like Lieutenant what's his name.
Guar was on the ship.
Oh, right. Actually, yeah, Grawl didn't go because Grawl doesn't... It's because that time he totally didn't need a guy.
Yes.
No, totally didn't.
Yeah, there's the updated list. Thank you, Nick.
That is the true list.
Yeah.
No more
that
of
is-
this fake list.
Okay.
Okay, so it turns out the rats are actually with engineering, so they're there too.
Okay.
I forgot about them
engineering
entirely.
team. You got the rats. You got Rick. You got Faberry. You got Serbij, who's operating as your medic, and Jorok.
Anyway, Faberry is scanning for mines and everything, so what's that OGM?
The what?
What?
Okay, can you repeat that one more time?
Faberry is scanning for mines and stuff. Do we roll for that? Do you just tell us if there's mines? What do we do?
Go ahead. Give me an insight engineering roll. I was reading when you said that, so I got a roll.
It's okay. It makes me feel better about last session, I think, when I did it. Or maybe it was the session before. Well, that was almost horrible.
No mines whatsoever.
Okay, well, if there's no mines whatsoever,
Yeah.
there's no reason to keep holding back, so...
Now,
Yeah,
the
on
fun
for it.
thing is identifying whether or not it's a false negative, or you sucked, you messed up this the scanner roll, and there just also isn't any mines. So there's
Okay,
still
does
two
Faberry mention that
possibilities.
there is a possibility that this could be a false negative?
No.
No.
Okay, well, one of the rats just walks down the hallway.
All right, Ratkin, go ahead and give me a insight security.
Crit success.
All right, with 2 successes, you see a little bit of shimmering towards the base plate on the hallway.
Uh-oh. That one turns around and just runs back to the group. Another one of the ratkin pulls out a grenade and throws it down the hall. What? It's an easy way to get rid of mines.
All right. Well, the grenade detonates a mine, which detonates another mine, which detonates another mine, and the entire hallway down in front of you explodes.
In a series of cascading explosions.
And it just kind of keeps going around for a surprisingly long way. Security alarms start blaring.
The defender in front, the defender in charge of the group says, good, we got rid of all of them.
Sir, I think they found a way to hide the mines from our sensor.
Well, that's what subspace mines do. They're in a little pocket of subspace that is unfortunately difficult to detect.
Yeah, but I expected more Federation equipment.
We should move while alarms go.
Yeah. And let's start jogging.
You jog down, well, the still smoking and blasted hall. There's quite a bit of smoke, so I want everyone in the engineering team to give me a insight command roll to keep going on track with the rest of the group. Yeah, JB, you are on the engineering team.
Was it insight what?
Insight command.
Okay, so Rick got 2 successes. Faberi got 2 successes. The Ratkin got 1 success.
And 2 successes for JB. So the Ratkins stumble a little bit behind. It takes them a minute to orient. But altogether, your group is able to, well, stay on track and not fall, prey to the various meandering offshoots that might tempt you to going a different route. You're able to find a access Jeffrey's tube that will take you directly towards engineering. It's going to be a bit of a climb, though.
To catch up to the rest of the group, the rat can just kind of say, fuck it, drop to all fours and scamper along.
They are cute scampering. So you're able to find this little, long section of Jeffrey's tube, and, with that, you're going to be able to climb down towards engineering. We cut now to the urban mech. Checkers, stompies.
Stomping along the hole. Don't mind him.
Yeah, so you're still just stomping along the hall, going towards ops?
Yep.
It's a long way to go stomps.
And it's at a nice 32 kilometers an hour.
John's jogging along beside the urban mech, and thanks to Zero G and just being able to give himself boosties.
He's supposed to be in the cockpit. What's the point of a squire if he wanders off?
He's just checking to make sure that the mech is in good shape, good working order. He's giving it a visual inspection as he's moving along. He spore jumps back into the cockpit and says, all good, sir. The mech is not damaged.
I would know if it's damaged. I have a screen right here.
Also, no sabotagey things like hidden mines stuck to it.
Pretty sure we could just stomp on mines.
Subspace mines?
Why would they put subspace mines outside? That might wander off.
Good point. They might not care, though. They do my dar.
This is true.
'Tis true. Checkers, I shall need a roll from you. As you are stomping along the hull, there is the chance that, the stompies could trigger some kind of sensor net, just from the fact that there's just a lot of vibration on the hull. I want you to move with grace and rhythm. I'll go ahead and give me a con control roll as checkers.
All right, 110 coming up. And obviously I have a focus for this, so crit of 2.
Yeah. No successes.
No failures. No, I'm kidding. No complications.
Oh, well, I mean, you try, you have a pretty good idea that, oh, okay, yeah, I've totally got this. I'm not stomping. And then as you're like proceeding along, camera pans to inside the station, where there's a couple of Jem'Hadar just looking about, rifles at the ready. And they just hear above them, dong, 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 as the urban mech walks overhead. One of them,
What are they going to do about it? They're inside.
well, they look to each other, and then one of them just like goes over and puts his fist on the security alarm for that section. And turrets start popping out of the hull.
So, you want to know something fun?
Yeah?
It is a 360 torso twist. At least if you go with,
Doesn't even have to stop.
no,
Yeah.
it does not have to stop.
And you've also got people like with guns like hanging off the sides of the mech too. So
Yes.
We call that ablative armor.
all right, so DB, you're hanging off the hull of the urban mech as you start to see turrets pop out of the hull of Deep Space Nine and start rotating towards you. Do you have any offensive weaponry?
Well, I think I still at least have a standard phaser.
Do you have anything in the glove?
Nothing like directly offensive.
Okay.
We could say that I put on another one of the random like gauntlet weapon things from that box I got a while ago, but I didn't really like test it before we left or something.
Did you get any like gravity manipulation stuff in the glove? I'm just trying to recall back to Trident.
Did we say it was a gravity thing or a magnet thing?
Either one would work on turrets.
I'll say gravity because it's cooler.
All right,
and it's more applicable to non-metal things.
So you do have gravity manipulation, so you could try to hold one of the turrets for give your crew a bit more time to go take them out. Or you could just shoot it.
I feel like I think we established that at least as it is right now, the gravity thing only has like one use before I gotta like let it recharge or something. So I'm probably gonna hold off on that for if I need to like if I like have no other options. I guess I'll just try shooting at it.
So go ahead and give me a control security roll. Checkers, I will need a con control or security daring.
Listen. I think we both know what I'm picking there.
Yeah. And then I will do a con security for Graves as well, because he's gonna also join in with the shooty.
Eli might as well shoot as well. But Checkers for nice. 3 successes from Checkers.
Well, he is the one with the heaviest firepower.
He is spinning. He's just set it into spin.
Urban Mech Disco.
Set it to spin, just hold down the pulse laser trigger.
Then Eli also does a shoot.
Graves do a shoot as well. Alright. Between the three of them going after one of the turrets, Eli, Graves, and DB are able to take out one of the turrets. There's still 3 left, though. But as the Urban Mech is just doing the torso rotation, it is just sweeping the hull clear, doing precision fire, blasting these turrets, either with the laser just going or just like precision autocannon fire.
Now, everyone on the mech, not Checkers, make a roll to see if you're dizzy by being swung around.
Yeah, let's totally do it. Okay, go ahead and give me for that a command control roll.
My highest stat with one of my lowest stats. Excellent.
Graves got 2 successes there. All right, and Eli as well. Command control. There we go. 1 success, 1 complication.
I got 0 successes, 1 complication.
Do we have any momentum?
No.
Daniel gets thrown from the mech in a random direction.
No, I see. This was a roll to see if you got dizzy.
Yeah, it's just, are you dizzy? And the answer is yes, very for DB. God damn it. Eli?
I mean,
what do I do with 1 success?
Eli is dizzy, but he's dealing with it.
Yeah, let's just put it that way. You're dizzy, but you're dealing with it.
He's an alcoholic. He's been dizzier.
It's nothing to really phase you. It's just you're a little tipsy. And then, yeah, DB, you don't know which way up is.
So
like there's just space, and you're just being twisted around. Like you kind of pitch forward, you pitch back, and yeah, you're just totally discombobulated.
Daniel's up there looking like a drunk ballerina, wobbling on 1 foot, trying not to fall forward and crack his visor.
You're standing on top of the urban mech.
I thought people were more like just hitched to the side, like holding on that way.
Yeah,
I was
and they
kind of like around the cockpit.
They probably actually have gear to help them hold on, which is why I said the roll wasn't to see if they fall off.
Yeah, we've got Daniel's got the magnet boots, so he can walk on the outside of things in space. So.
All EV suits have mag boots.
Yeah.
Really shitty ones don't. We call those coffins.
Well, at any rate, though, yeah, DB, you're going to have a fun time trying to get off.
Language?
Oh. Yeah, I know good at language.
I guess more appropriately, phrasing?
Anyway, so yeah, the urban mech is able to blast through some turrets. You're, making good progress. And yeah, do you just continue plodding along, or you use the jump jets to try to get a little bit more speed, considering that, well, they detected you, so.
Nah. Just keep trundling along.
All right. Well, as the urban mech continues to trundle along,
I'm wanting them to come out onto the hull.
As the urban mech continues to trundle along at the speed of grandma, we are going to cut back towards the engineering team. You are proceeding down a long series of Jeffries tubes with a ladder arrangement to go towards engineering. You hear the distant laughter of clowns. The station is there's lots of security alarms. Does anyone react to these developments?
I guess Baveri is going to see if there's any way to hack into the system and turn them off, even though I don't think she has the capability to do so. But
well, you might be able to log in and use your Federation credentials. So go ahead and give me a engineering control roll. Or engineering reason. 1 success, 1 complication. You're able to log in and access the security systems. However, under the circumstances, the login attempt is registered as an intrusion and a hack. Your section goes into lockdown, and blast doors seal the section of Jeffries tubes that your team is in.
Well, we have a more capable engineer who can help with this.
I will override, and Rick will try and what he will do is just try and there's got to be some kind of manual override system in there, so we'll try to activate that rather than using the computer systems.
All right. Go ahead and give me a, let's see, an insight engineering roll, and I'm going to spend 4 threat. So your complication range is 16.
Charles can lend a hand. He has information hacking. I think that might come in handy.
Yep, that would. So give me a single dice roll for that engineering insight to assist.
Is it just slash roll?
You can do it a few different ways, like slash 2d20, slash R. Just do whatever works best for you. There will be prompts guiding you through each of these commands.
Would you say it was inside engineering?
Yep. We'll just take the first roll on that one, since it's just an assist, so it's just a 1. So you've got 1 success so far.
Okay, Rick's rolling, and it's just 1 success from Rick as well.
So with 2 successes between you two, you're able to work out that there is an emergency override that's basically in place for like security and rescue teams. Just trying to move through the station, but it's slow going. You're going to have to, at each of these doors, activate a key lock and then like rotate a particular handle manually. It is a bit of a pain. And you're going to need to also choose which direction you go in. So right now, you guys, in the Jeffries tubes, you're coming down a ladder, and you can kind of keep going down in the same direction, or you can try to branch off and see about heading in a different direction to try to get around the bypass. Or around the lockdown.
Can I check to see the station schematics, see if they've got the security zones on there, to see whether or not I think it would be a quicker idea to just power through this section or to bypass it?
So because you're asking for detailed information about like the security sections, go ahead and give me another insight engineering roll. Just because this would be a little bit more of a technical dive into how this is set up rather than just like reading a simple manual.
All right, we don't have any momentum, do we?
Nope. Best roll was the urban mech, but I would count 3 successes as the target to wipe out all the turrets.
Okay.
On 1 success, you're able to reason through that, well, you might be able to more quickly get around by taking a detour, but at the same time, you are taking a little bit of a detour. So there's going to be less security if you try to go laterally first, and more security going down vertically, but it's going to take more work.
Well, I mean, the idea is if we power through here, the Jem'Hadar will be less likely to think that we're coming down this way. If we go laterally, then he'll probably think that we'll go the more normal routes. What do you guys think?
I'm willing to think that since they activated the security protocol, that we won't try to go through it, that we'll try to find a way around.
Shortest path is always straight and best.
Yes, direct assault.
All right, then we'll keep powering our way through.
All right. So to release the first manual override, whoever's at the door, and because it's just a single handle, this will just be a single individual going for it. Whoever wants to go for the handle, give me a engineering fitness roll.
Rick's pretty good at those. So it'll be 15 for him. Athletics focus would also apply here, I think.
Yep, that would.
What about creative solutions?
Rick's got this first door. There will be other doors. Creative solutions, no, because it's just turning a handle.
Okay.
Unless you can think of a way to do it really creatively.
Well, I also have mechanical tinkering.
Also, it's just powering through a handle. So for Rick, you have 3 successes. You're able to just effortlessly twist the handle, and the first hatch opens, allowing people to climb down into the next section, where there's another door.
My turn for the store.
And Rick will
Go
just
ahead,
sort of move aside to allow him.
All right, engineering fitness. 1 success. With a bit of effort working through, well, it's not exactly rusted, but this thing is pretty darn well seized up. Definitely hasn't been used in a while or seen to proper maintenance. Might even be like just original Cardassian era for the locking mechanism on this one. You're able to force that the handle to the side, and the next section opens. At which you find another door.
Rick will look to either Faberry or sorry, who was it else on there?
You have the rats.
Rat.
Also,
Faberry.
Marcus.
No,
Yeah.
well, Marcus was on. Was Marcus with them, or I thought
Marcus
he was
is on the other
mech?
team.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
He's
Marcus
on
is
the
on
ops
the
team.
other mech.
And for Barry, we'll go for the door then.
For Barry, engineering fitness.
Yeah, we don't want the rats making this because they are not engineering and they are not fit.
2 successes. You're able to open this one up. Not too bad, and you're into the next section. You know what you find?
Another door.
Another door.
All right,
A
Rick.
sign saying the princess is another castle.
Well, no, it's just this is a long way. I mean, you're having to brute force your way through the security doors. There's a bunch of them.
Okay, Rick's got this one, and he's rolling. Oh,
Successes. Like you're able to like twist
You don't even
it
slow
with,
down.
No, you're just moving down and you just reach and just twist it open. You're just able to effortlessly glide through, and then with your foot, you're able to to twist the next door open just with the tip of your boot, and you're able to get through 2 at once. Looks like there's just one left before you hit engineering, and in this one, well, this may have been used to store a little bit of contraband that the engineering team was maybe keeping around on hand for special occasions. You find a considerable amount of, well, booze. Bottles of synthahol, Romulan ale, just other things that, well, someone may have kept on hand to make engineering days a little bit lighter.
The rat can
I'll just
immediately.
take and confiscate those.
I was about to say the rat can immediately start grabbing them up and making Molotovs out of them.
Strong takes the good stuff and keeps it for himself.
There's plenty to go around. You can't possibly haul all of the good stuff. This is a mighty cache of booze.
Well, the rat can now have Molotovs.
You now have
And
Molotov
Charles-
cocktails and very fine liqueurs.
Trog find 3 bottles of vintage Canar.
So, question: Are they rat-sized Molotovs? Are they in those like little shitty one?
Yes,
one
They're
shot
small, but
bottles?
they're not that small.
I mean, you could
Yeah,
all,
but
like,
it'd be funny.
I mean,
Tiny
yeah,
Molotov.
you can have like there's okay, so you've got 2 choices of the Molotov: the full size bottle or these little vodka one-shot size bottles.
Clearly, the full-size bottles. I want to set people on fire, not quite cause a tiny match.
All right, you got the full size bottles, and you've got the last door towards engineering. Now, the engineering is going to allow you to, well, access ships, the station defense grid, power relays, just a lot of stuff to take the station offline. That's effectively your biggest prize here. So the question though is like, okay, so you've got a single door, and then on the other side of the door is going to be, well, probably some Jem'Hadar. So what's the plan?
2 rat can flank the door, light Molotovs, and say, "Open door, we throw."
Yeah, let me report our position to. Let me report it. This is Death Incarnate. We're at the party house, ready to roll.
I assume that's probably going to go to Captain O'Connor.
Yeah, and for Barry prepares to open a door.
Eli responds from the comm. Can you use a code name that doesn't sound,
Xboxy.
Yeah,
Daniel chimes in.
Charles rolls his eyes. Red October, standing by.
good enough?
And Rick just with Faberry taking the lead on the last door, Rick will get his phaser ready to shoot as soon as it opens.
Here's what's going to happen. We're going to open the door. I'm going to toss in a smoke grenade. Ratkin, you move in. Start securing the room.
I should point out the Ratkin are holding lit Molotovs. They did not wait for other people's plans. The door needs to be open soon.
Getting the door open now.
Okay, it was fitness.
Oh,
Fitness engineering. JV.
I'm
at the
going to
critical
roll
moment-
that.
No, you don't have any momentum. Actually, no. With Rick's last roll, I'll give you guys enough momentum. Well, it's 2 momentum to re-roll a dice. I'll give you 2. So you can re-roll one of those.
Barry was going to open the door.
Faberry was in position to actually.
Yeah, let's go ahead. JB, let's call this an assist because Faberry was on position. Faberry, give me the engineering fitness.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Of all the times for the dice not to cooperate.
I was just thinking, everybody else plan. Faberry and the Ratkin, fire.
All right, 1 success, and
JB, give us a die.
Yeah, give us 1 dice. If you're using D20, there we go.
That's a target.
The difficulty was 14, so that's a success.
Yeah, 2 successes. So you're basically both able to like rotate two of these, you're able to get like okay. So Faberry is on the rotating manual override, while Chorog is pulling the door to give it a little bit more oomph when it starts to open. And with that, you're able to get a quick opening, and the Ratkin are able to throw the Molotovs. So for throwing the Molotovs...
has played the original Halo, this is that fucking time you get ambushed by grunts and elites who open the door and immediately throw.
Yeah, so you're immediately throwing, so go ahead and give me fitness security just to lob.
Oh no.
You both lob you throw the Molotovs onto the warp core.
Actually, I was just thinking
the main reactor.
Yeah, but it turns out these weren't actually high enough proof. It just splashes.
No, they're lit. They're good.
Okay.
You've set the main reactor on fire.
Fine.
Like you start to hear like a little bit of like a warning thing going off, and the computer says, "Warning: overheating detected in main power core. Warning."
Look, if a little fire can upset this matter-antimatter reaction that has to be controlled so, carefully, that's a shitty warp core.
Well,
I don't think DS9 has a warp core. I think it just has a fusion reactor.
Yeah, it's just a reactor. And the thing is, the reactor itself is able to, contain these powers. There's just a lot of like electronics and control systems on the outside. So the main mechanics are fine. The problem is with the computer systems attached to the reactor core.
Okay, well, the computer systems attached to the warp core will detect there's a fire. Isn't there a fire suppression system?
There is a fire suppression system, and it starts going off all across engineering.
Yay. Distractions.
And in the tubes. So there's just a complete chaos right now as the fire suppression system. Yeah, there's just lots of foam and smoke. Smog. And the classic, TNG style of just more smoke being poured onto the stage.
Oh, there's plenty of smoke. Trog stuck that smoke grenade.
That's true. If he was throwing that too, then there's double smoke.
Well, you were opening the door, so you gotta, basically we're allowing this to play out, and then you can.
I say go ahead and throw the smoke grenade.
Yeah, you can throw the smoke grenade in too. Let's just give it a second. So this is all playing out, and you've got Rick.
Yes,
Rick,
I was firing my phaser, so I'm doing the roll now for it. Oof.
Okay.
A lot of complications this game.
I think our timeline is about to diverge significantly from Star Trek Online.
Okay, smoke grenade incoming.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. There's another thing to hear too. There's another entity here, prowling engineering,
and they just got beamed in the head with a smoke grenade.
Okay. Chorog, you're hitting a Jem'Hadar in the head with a smoke grenade. Rick, you have angered the Miku.
Oh no.
And the lights in engineering go dark. And there's just the auxiliary emergency lighting just flashing red. And you just hear in the fog, "Hello. This is not how you would play at a concert."
Intruders will be suppressed. Activating combat protocols.
That doesn't sound good.
Okay.
You just hear like a scream from a Jem'Hadar in the smoky red light of engineering.
One of the Ratkin goes up to Rick and grabs his arm. And the Ratkin basically all drop down to get under the smoke and start trying to lead Rick to wherever he's going. They'll take direction, but since they can go under the smoke, they can probably see better.
Well, it would be
All right,
to the main controls of engineering, wherever that would be for Deep Space Nine.
Go ahead and give me control security rolls.
For both of us?
Yes, for the sneakies.
So where does this leave Chorog?
See, that the rats are good at.
Rats are good sneakies.
I don't suppose athletics would apply here.
Yeah, sure. You're trying to be sneaky while at the same time crouching under smoke. I mean, being athletic would help this.
Okay. 2 successes for Rick.
So you guys are able to stay under the radar as Miku is, like, taking out Jem'Hadar like Batman.
We don't see anything, we just hear screams.
Faberi and Chorog, though, I mean, you're basically left looking into this, like, apocalyptic-looking engine room with something lurking in the shadows.
I don't know what's in there, but something tells me not to cross it.
Aye, and for Barry, kind of closes the door.
The door closes, like, are you closing it all the way or just, like, part of the way?
Most of the way.
You're
Right,
trapping us in a room with the creepy thing.
No,
You guys are still outside.
Yeah, you guys are, like, in the Jeffrey's tube hatch still. You're trapping Rick and the rats.
We can
I don't think we should have done that.
It's not all the way closed. We can push it back if they come, but like,
you'll be able to hear the screams. So yeah, Rick, you're able to get up to the engineering console under the cover of stealth, and this is where you're going to have to do a bit of engineering because A, you've got fire suppression systems and a security alert, and then B, you've got whatever objective you're trying to accomplish here in engineering. So this will definitely take reason engineering to be able to work through how to solve these problems.
Alrighty.
The Ratkin, for what it is, basically dig in as best they can to try and defend Rick. Hide behind consoles, that sort of thing.
Would with this, would EPS power systems work as he is rerouting, trying to would thinking more like rerouting power away from the security, or would it be something else?
Like the EPS would definitely apply to what you're trying to do with Deep Space Nine, like what you're trying to like access engineering for. So I would say it would apply.
Okay.
Not to mention, we know that the power supply on the station is a bit wonky.
Barry, open that door. I'm going in and I'm gonna take my hand out, whatever's in there.
for Barry, slides the door open.
All right, Chorog steps out as Rick is busy at the computer. You hear giggling.
Chorog activates the infrared on his mask.
You see nothing.
I was about to say, there's a lot of fire in there, so...
I mean, there's just like the fire suppression system, so it's just all that. And like, Miku's a hologram. Miku's a hologram, so she wouldn't have an infrared signature.
Whatever you are, come on out. Want to fight? I'll give you one.
Go ahead and give me an inside security roll.
Okay, while that's happened, Rick will just try and deal with the security stuff with the engineering first. He'll do his tasks later.
Too late, JB. This was a difficulty 2. Too late. You just notice a loop wrapping around your foot, and you're tugged vertically towards the ceiling.
Well, I was going to say I wasn't going to use my focus of hand-to-hand combat.
Spider Miku.
Yeah, Miku though has she snared you, so you're rocketing up towards the ceiling, Batman style. While Rick, you're having a bit of trouble, so you're going to need to take another go at this.
Also, is there a system that Faberry sees that she could possibly hack into? She has a focus in hollow technology, which might be helpful.
You might be able to do that from another engineering console in engineering. Nothing that would be in the Jeffries tube.
Can Charles attempt to free himself?
You will be able to attempt to free yourself shortly. Let's let Faberry try to make a stealthy attempt to get across the engineering. Yep. So that would be a control security roll, and then Rick, you're able to access the main computer in engineering. So you've got several different objectives here. It is just your question of what do you want to try to tackle first. You have full access now.
Okay, well, let's just turn the security, deal with the security, do whatever it can to take wrest control from the Jem'Hadar for the turrets and lockdowns and so forth.
So that would be routed to ops. So like that level of control over the security protocols. In engineering, you've got access to the power systems that are pushing those security systems into action. So you can't like reroute the controls because all those command codes, those are handled in ops, and the Jem'Hadar have got a good lock on those. You have access to like the EPS systems.
All right, so let's just depower the security system and just so that force fields, lockdown force fields, and turrets and all that kind of stuff aren't going to work for the Jem'Hadar.
All right, so you've depowered turrets and force fields across the station. Meanwhile, Faberry, you've got one success. You're able to make it across, but you kind of have the feeling that something's watching you as you head over to the holo console. Chorog, you are suspended in the air, held probably a story and a half above the floor in engineering. You see other Jem'Hadar that have been knocked out and strung up. The rope holding you it's a brilliant shiny teal. Looks very nice. Sparkly. But yeah, you can attempt to free yourself. If you want to do something like cut yourself down, that'd be daring security. Or if you just want to try to like muscle your way out, that is going to be a fitness security.
I think Charles is going to try to muscle his way out of this one, see what happens.
All right, fitness security, I'm going to spend 2 threat, so complication range of 18. With 2 successes, you're able to just like basically force the loop holding your foot open, and you're able to drop down to the floor without too much trouble. Meanwhile, Faberry, you're going to try to turn off Miku. So that is going to be a reason engineering roll to access the computer.
And she has a focus in technology.
Yep, so that would definitely apply. 2 successes, you're able to turn off Miku.
Yay! I took care of it.
And with that, let's go ahead and take a quick 5 to 10 minute break as the giggling fades and the regular lights turn on in engineering.
What about everybody suspended?
They hit the floor. It's raining Jem'Hadar.
It's raining Jem'Hadar. It's raining them.
First, we cut back to ops, where you see a distraught Jem'Hadar commander, like limply sitting in a chair, polaron pistol in hand, saying, "What have I done to be deserved? Is this fate that I am saddled here with an enemy that cannot be killed? Is victory not life? Victory is life. Am I dead? I cannot fail."
I can assure you, sir, you're very much still alive. Me, I'm not so sure if I ever held that title. At least not as I am. But
next to next to Columbo, though, is a shot Jem'Hadar officer who was trying to point out how they can turn off the hologram, but was shot for insubordination when he tried to speak up. And, well, none of the other Jem'Hadar officers have tried to, point out how they think they can turn off the holographic systems, leaving the commander to just sort of work it out on his own.
Now, I understand you're under a lot of stress here, sir. And believe me, I understand. Being in charge of an operation can be a heavy burden on many a man's shoulders. If you need to talk, I'm here to listen.
What is there to talk about? I've been created for this purpose, to lead troops onto victory. You've taken Deep Space Nine, but it's not how I envisioned it.
You've done a swell job so far. I mean, the whole station was brought under your control, as far as I'm aware.
But it is not enough. A fleet still looms out there. There's a battle to be had.
Must there always be another battle, sir?
I will have you do, and you can use DB stats for this. You will have to do a presence command roll in order to try convincing.
Okay, that is unfortunately bottom of the barrel minimal stats for a total of 8.
See what you can do. What?
Hey, listen, if Columbo wants to convince someone of something, he's gonna do it.
Well, let's face it, at this point, the only thing that needs to happen is Columbo just needs to change shape slightly, and he's just a fucking founder.
but you okay. The Jem'Hadar is starting to consider whether Columbo is in fact a true founder, taking the shape of this strange man. But of course, being a holy entity upon themselves, they cannot be just killed by mere weaponry. Like, he's convinced himself now that Columbo is a founder. A true founder. The other one must have been a element of trickery upon by Starfleet. He looks up at Columbo and says, "Great one, this I must do. There's nothing else to do. We fight, and we uphold the honor of the Dominion. Because without that, you are powerless."
What point is there in honor if there's no one left to honor your sacrifice?
There are those still in the Gamma Quadrant. We are but expendable pawns, thrust out of time and placed here to do one final thing with our lives.
But must you be a pawn at all? Should we cut away?
Yeah, let's go ahead and cut away back to the urban mech.
I think we are nearly here.
Yep, you're nearly there. I mean, certainly you are. Well, you are looking up at operations. You're going to have to use. Well, you can either just climb up. Well, just walk up the side of the promenade, or you can just jump jet your way up.
Checkers is going to say on comms to his team, "All right, this is as far as I go. I'll cover you from here."
Graves says, "All right, do we want to just take a shot at ops? I mean, kind of simplify things."
Yeah, that's what I thought we were. I thought we were the ops team.
Yeah. Like, we're going into ops, but just weaken it all up a little bit with autocannon fire.
No.
All right. Well,
that might hurt the baseball.
Oh yeah, we got to protect the baseball apparently. And Graves Graves hops off, giving a little bit of mouth to Starfleet history, but I mean, might be a little bit of something else in him. So he hops off, and the weapon he's carrying, though, it's not a standard phaser. He's actually got a conclave lance with him that he's been using in combat. So he's been looking especially stylish, like hanging off the urban mech and firing that at the turrets.
Daniel is kind of stumbling his way down the leg of the urban mech, still dizzy from all the spinning earlier.
You start walking off in the wrong direction, Graves turns you around and just points you over and just okay, well, Ops is up there. You see that focal structure there, like the top, the tippy top. Yeah. Start like everyone likes putting their command centers in the most prominent place imaginable. And just go ahead and it's a shoot me target. Anyway, we got to get up there.
Eli detaches from the urban mech, and you hear the thunk as his mag boots connect to the deck. All right, follow my lead.
All right, you got the lead.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
You have lead.
Yeah, okay. He's got his Kelvin timeline rifle and the Bajoran phaser pistol.
So you got those weapons, and you're leading the way.
Also, a sword on his hip. It's like a cavalry saber.
There's not much weapons.
Why don't you go full Jack Churchill? You need a longbow and a set of bagpipes.
How am I supposed to play the bagpipes with the helmet?
John is in the urban mech cockpit playing a set of bagpipes.
Checkers, just cut it. We're not the Black Watch.
Oh, okay.
John knows the legend of Jack Churchill.
Okay, I guess Eli has a kilt over his EV suit. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so you've got the EV suit. You're just going to walk up to ops?
Yeah, just going to climb up the ops.
All right, well, there's no security systems in place, no force fields, no turrets, so you're able to just climb up to ops.
All right, Eli's starting to get explosives out. Hey, John, can you do me a favor?
Yeah?
Can you secure the baseball and anything else that, Kurland might want to keep?
Okay.
Just do that quick, because it might end up in space.
John salutes, sport jumps, and begins raiding Cisco's office while the Jem'Hadar Karakan continues to have therapy with Columbo. No one notices. John basically is able to clear out the entire office, even saving a potted plant.
We're going to be breaching in, he says, starting to attach explosives to the transparent aluminum.
You can attach explosives.
Would a magnetic polarizer be of any use in breaching here?
Not particularly. I mean, like, all the explosives are already gonna attach on, no problem. They've been designed for this purpose.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Who wants to be the one to have the honor?
You know that John is excitedly, raising his hand, but Graves reaches over for the detonator.
It's between you two. Settle it.
Graves turns to the cockpit of the urban mech and readies up a hand for rock, paper, scissors. John does the same.
Roll for it.
Right, Graves first. It's just going to be a 1d20 roll.
1d and whoever has the lowest.
Actually, no, it's going to be a 1d3 because I can do that, and whoever's got the lowest.
Okay.
First one, Graves. 2. Now for John. John wins.
John didn't actually bother playing paper, rock, scissors. When you held up his hand, he said, "Oh, it's me!" And he just spore jumped and grabbed the detonator.
Graves shrugs, and John just immediately presses the detonator while also drifting in space.
All right, don't detonate just yet. He raps on the window hard, trying to get attention, someone to come over and look. The explosives are at the edges, so they're you're not going to notice them right away.
You just see. Okay, so no one notices because it's this is glass that's designed to take torpedo hits. It is thick stuff and possibly not even glass, in any sense of an actual transparency.
It's transparent aluminum, obviously,
yeah,
all Star Trek windows.
You're tapping.
He's slamming his fist on there.
Yes, you are.
Vibration should get through.
But everyone is you just see a room of Jem'Hadar transfixed on Columbo.
All right, well. Hello. I just thought it'd be funny to have a moment with someone what's going on?
But no, this is an opportunity for Eli to react at the situation as you see an entire room of Jem'Hadar looking at Columbo, perhaps irreverentially.
Right, whatever this is, may as well nip it in the bud. All right, Eli clears the way.
And as you do this, Eli clears out. The Jem'Hadar, like Karukan, begins to kneel at the feet of Columbo. And at that moment, John presses the detonator. And the explosive charge tears through the entire room and exposes it to vacuum. And, well, there's just a lot of damage. And the Jem'Hadar are both toasted and vacuumed.
And Columbo is probably confused.
Sleep vacuumed.
He's like, well, no, actually, no. Okay. So here's what we're going to do with Columbo. Columbo, the entire room has just exploded, and all the Jem'Hadar are dead.
No. I was gonna say something.
Okay. Go for it.
As it blows, Eli is gonna say to John, "Grab as many as you can and just drop him in the brig. Get medical down there."
So he's like grabbing toasted Jem'Hadar and bringing them to medical. He didn't say which medical though.
I mean, it's kind of implied.
Yeah, he goes to Starfleet Medical for each one of these. He's just showing off.
Implied, Eli? Or implode?
He sent them to Detroit Medical.
No, they're in San Francisco. To a very confused staff there. There's just a tardigrade bringing in Jem'Hadar. One of them's babbling about Columbo being a founder.
But yes, we are capturing what's-his-face, if we can.
Karukan.
Karukan.
Yeah, let's just, John, they're crispied, but, you're able to grab the Jem'Hadar. But there's a problem now, it's just the fact that you just blew up ops.
No, it's fine. It blew a hole in the window. I wasn't planning to blow up ops, just the window. It's a breaching charge.
Okie dogs. Well, ops is now in vacuum, because all the force fields have also been turned off, so...
Yep.
Let's climb inside and turn them on again.
Upon climbing inside, you see this hologram of Columbo just kind of is standing in the middle of this this charred room, and he's talking to you, but we're in a vacuum, so there's no actual sound. His mouth is just moving.
Eli taps his helmet on the ears, like, I can't hear you.
You could do that fun thing where you go up next to each other and touch helmets.
I mean, he's a hologram.
Columbo could phase through Eli's helmet and talk to him.
Oh God! No.
I was just about to say, you see him do the hand to the forehead, like okay.
So you gotta wait a minute while the crew has to do the engineering to get the force fields back up here. Because the power was taken out. Down in engineering...
the power was out.
Well, the power to the force field systems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So...
It's the warp core, the reactor's still on fire?
No, the reactor's not on fire. The fire suppression systems dealt with that pretty handily. Because it's just flaming alcohol is poured onto it. But Rick, you are able to see...
come to think of it, they were actually pretty shitty Molotovs when you think about it, because all the alcohol is going to burn up quick. They didn't add anything sticky to make it burn longer.
Oh. So, it's just a bit of the flash and, scaring the computers. But, Rick, over in engineering, you're able to see that there's been a hull breach in ops.
And he will tap his comm badge. Rick here to O'Connor.
Connor here, standing in ops. What's up?
You've breached ops? Is everything fine there?
No, everything's fine. We sent some Jem'Hadar into the vacuum, but everything's fine. How are you?
And as you say this, you start to notice purple flashes outside. And orange flashes and green flashes.
Huh?
There may have been a contingency plan in case contact was lost with ops, with the main fleet.
Well, let's start getting everything online to start firing at Jem'Hadar ships instead of Federation and allies.
Yep, okay. He will first re-engage the force fields in ops.
Wait till we got everybody inside. He's just trying to pull DB through the through the window.
Whoa!
We don't want anyone cut in half. Not that that would actually happen. There's safeties and stuff, but you get what I mean.
Let me know when you're ready.
In. Did Graves squeeze in already?
Yeah, Graves is in. No problem.
All right. Activate, the structural hologram or structural fields, and we'll get life support back functional in here.
So he will first of all activate the structural integrity fields to make sure that the damage to the ops doesn't further damage the station. Then he will re-enable the force fields so that there can be an atmosphere contained inside and allow life support to work.
So I'm going to consider that just one action of just like getting containment and like life support back in ops, but it will take an inside engineering role because like it should be a simple operation, but you're dealing with Deep Space Nine and it's just crazy integration of technology. So go ahead and give me that role.
Okay. Would EPS apply here or not?
It would.
Okay. Rolling. 2 successes.
With 2 successes, you're able to bring ops back to a point of livability and also protection as you're able to get the force fields back online. We see a couple of DOT-7 start working on repairing the outer hull.
All right, Eli is going to the tactical console and setting Jem'Hadar IFF to enemy, and our allies to neutral.
While you're doing that, Kara Junrani, the Jem'Hadar has launched an attack on the main fleet, and the Klingons have jumped at this, and Starfleet is moving to support. So things have cooked off in space.
Well, time to earn that paycheck. Full impulse, put us in the middle of fire at will.
As you're going into this position, Sets is just looking at you and like, you sure we want to take little Reliant into that position?
We're a small ship. They shouldn't be that interested in us, and fast attack is what we do.
All right. Well, okay. I'll try to keep the shields going. And at this, Kara, go ahead and give me command control, just for giving the appropriate orders. 2 successes. You're able to give the crew good orders, and you've got a good attack plan. So Reliant kind of gets into the middle of the fray. And while it's doing for will, it's not doing it blindly. You're able to basically start picking off Jem'Hadar ships that have already been damaged by other elements of the squadron. So I
also just love the idea that there's like a Jem'Hadar dreadnought, and the Reliant just kind of skims by, nearly touching its hull, firing phasers into it.
Yeah, and like it just launches, like as it passes by, the rear torpedo tubes just launch a pair of torps into the upper section, and it just starts drifting while a couple of bird of prey just start strafing it and finishing it off. At this, though, you're able to find that, well, you're doing a good job here, but you're just getting into the start of this fleet. And you're starting to notice that the Reliant is drifting a little bit ahead of the rest of the fleet as they are taking things a little bit slower. The Klingons are just pouncing on the Klingons you're expecting to just keep charging in have started to turn back around and pounce on damaged ships.
Oh. All right. Time for 3D thinking. Straight dive down, get us away from the furball. If they want to chase us, they'll have to leave the main fleet.
So, go ahead and... Are you also piloting?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a con control roll. Larissa is almost cackling as she's just able to just start firing basically everything at everything. And with 2 successes, you're able to dive down and draw away a couple of Jem'Hadar strike ships, as well as one of their cruisers. It's a considerable amount of firepower, though, directed at Reliant, and you start taking hits. So the rear shields start to buckle a little bit, as there's just a lot of Polaron fire still connecting with the Reliant, even though it's doing evasive maneuvers. And at this point, it's like, okay, you've drawn some ships away, but you need a little bit of support here.
Well, there's an easy way to deal with this. All right. Keep the engines going as they are, flip the ship around, and then reverse all power. We're going to just jump right into them, strafe past them, and head for the fleet. Our fleet, she specifies.
All right. At this point, you guys are starting to get a hail.
Kara takes the hail after she gives those orders.
All right. Nick, do you want to take this?
Yes, as you're doing that, the ships giving chase are being shot at themselves. Behind comes the Defiant. The hail are the magical words everybody wants to hear. This is Kurland.
Kurland here.
And at that point, a Jem'Hadar dreadnought fires at the Defiant and drives it into a different direction, and the Reliant is free to basically pursue the.
I just had this fun thought of like this Jem'Hadar cruiser, and there's the Reliant coming from the front and the Defiant coming from the back, and
it's just like the Jem'Hadar don't know what to do against these small ships. They're used to their battle tactics being against Federation cruisers, but they're not prepared for modern Federation ships, the power that they have, but also the smaller attack vessels and nimble cruisers. Like something like the Miranda class shouldn't be able to do this, and yet here they are.
So Kara's going to send a thank you to Kurland, and then, since they've taken some hits, head back to the fleet.
And at this point, you're able to see that the fleet is engaged with the main body of the Jem'Hadar lines. There's a few ships in the Jem'Hadar group that are starting to break off, but there's a couple of key battleships that are moving in. You've got the Bortiscu, the Klingon flagship. It is taking a pounding from these Jem'Hadar battleships. And at this point, it looks like, well, the Bortiscu might go down. And you just see a rather, almost an unexpected sight, because, you guys didn't realize it'd be here. But you get a hail from Captain Sean saying, "Sorry we're late. The Enterprise is here to assist." And the Enterprise warps in and immediately starts taking heads. It just smashes through a Jem'Hadar strike ship and is just sweeping around, firing at will, and going through the Jem'Hadar line. This thing is delivering a heavy beating. The phasers are starting to rip through shields, rip into hull, and the quantum torpedoes are just swinging every which way.
Meanwhile, Kara's just kind of stabbing at the comms. Engineering, how are the shields?
Rick, it's whoever you put in charge of engineering.
Yes, Nathan. I forgot his last name. Anderson.
Not important right now, so.
But yes. So the human second in charge of engineering is working on engineering. How much damage have we taken?
Your shields are probably down to about 35 to 40% in the rear. You haven't taken any damage yet, but the EPS systems aren't happy with the load they've been put on. There's been a lot of evasive maneuvering, a lot of weapons fire, and a lot of reinforcing to the shields.
Shields are down to about 30%. The EPS systems are currently handling, but at capacity. There is not much more we can put into shields right now.
Unfortunate. I need more power. You have 60 seconds to get me it. She kills that line and immediately orders and starts piloting the, Reliant into the Enterprise's wake.
And with that, we cut over to Deep Space Nine operations and as well as the engineering room. So, you've got Eli. You've got the command codes to activate, basically get control of Deep Space Nine's weaponry. Engineering, though, you have a couple of stations where you're able to, take some of the weaponry and officers there who are skilled in tactics and weapons. And Rick, you're able to, manage the power load. So kind of want everyone to give me a role for their appropriate station. So it's going to be control and whatever your profession is. Engineering, command, or security, or science.
Okay, control security.
Control science.
control.
But that applies to us here in Ops as well.
Yes, it does.
Two security successes from the Ratkin.
And control engineering for Rick, which is 3 successes.
Okay, you did say control, so D20, 16, crit 5.
All right. Everyone do
also
good.
have checkers just blasting at Jem'Hadar ships going by.
Yeah, with the urban mech.
All right.
Jem'Hadar ships start trying to take cover around Deep Space Nine, but that has proven to be a costly mistake.
I was going to say, that is the worst possible place to go.
Because, they didn't know that... They know that, the station has gone down. They didn't know it has been taken back over. So at this point, everyone is able to get at their stations, get at controls. Graves is taking some of the phaser turrets. Turog, you've got the the torpedo turrets.
The rats have point defense.
Rats have point defense. Rick, you're able to get those, get all of this stuff humming beautifully. Everything is going to be able to go at full charge here.
Imagine Daniel's on targeting systems.
Science. Yeah. So shields and just breaking through noise and getting targeting algorithms in place. Barry can also be assisting with this with computer expertise.
I was about to say, you could just
command.
Just charge particle burst and all their targeting, starts fucking up.
Yeah, and Eli, you're able to just orchestrate this as a conductor, and you're able to just bring in a shit ton of just firepower to bear on the rear of this massive fleet. And it's not long before you start seeing Jem'Hadar ships just start standing down and disengaging and holding station with basically ready to be effectively boarded. They are surrendering.
More appropriately, they're actually following the orders that they were issued from the founder and their board.
Yes, exactly. They're just they've lost faith in the Kairokan in this endeavor, and they're just okay, this is the final, this is utter defeat. They are no longer worthy. Some ships even self-destruct at this point. And you're able to bring the Jem'Hadar fleet to heal. And everyone is able to basically have a whoop of celebration as Sean calls that all Jem'Hadar vessels have either disengaged or been destroyed or disabled. Deep Space Nine is under our control.
Somebody posted the GIF of the Aquarius launching from the Enterprise F and blowing stuff up, and I was like, "Yes, that!" But it's the Reliant following behind the Enterprise.
Everyone on the weapon, basically, Chorog, you're able to get some good pew pews. Graves got some good pew. Yeah, everyone got good pew pews, and job well done. Suffice to say, everyone's going to get promoted as a result of this.
Although Kara has earned the ire of engineering.
And with that, we're basically, that basically calls it. We'll basically have everyone reconvene back on the ship and then call it a night. So with that, actually, Eli, it's your call. Deep Space Nine is under your control. You've got security teams from the fleet boarding and just doing sweeps to the station for residual Jem'Hadar, and you're able to turn off the clowns.
And we actually turn off the clowns?
You can. I'm going to say you can turn off the clowns one way or the other.
All right. You just... You gave us a war. Anyway, there's breathable atmosphere. Eli finally takes his helmet off. Yeah,
there's already, the DOTs have already, patched the hull, too, so you guys are good to go there.
Columbo can now finally talk to me.
Columbo, you can talk to Eli. And Eli, you've got the choice of you can do the reconvening. You can just invite everyone to ops from the primary crew of the Reliant. Bring everyone in for a toast.
Eli, he's all right, everyone that can to ops.
Because you're in command of Deep Space Nine right now.
Gotta hand this back over to Curlin, so may as well get that done sooner rather than... Somebody bring some blood wine. Something celebratory.
John is bringing blood wine from someone he knows. On the Klingon side of the fleet. He is requisitioned some during their celebrations. He brings 3 casks. He's like pulling along in like a large series of rope.
I know the Klingons that are coming to this are going to like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, people are starting to celebrate.
Ceremonial handing back of command.
Kara, you going to come over?
Sure. I imagine there's probably a lot of Klingon captains near Kara.
Yeah, so like you basically have like the captains of the major captains of the fleet are coming down. You've got Kurland there. He proudly announces Kurland here when he gets on the station. Apparently, that's his catchphrase every morning.
Yes.
I just love the idea of a bunch of Klingons surrounding Kara going, "You're fucking nuts." We love it.
Yeah. DB, you're still in your spacesuit, right?
If we've all kind of gathered to start drinking and celebrating and stuff, Daniel is still in his spacesuit, but he has taken the helmet off, and he's holding a glass of something that someone handed him, and he's just kind of staring down at it, mulling over what just happened.
Not technically a party. Sorry.
There are some Romulan captains that have started hanging out by DB because they think he's been like he was like the covert infiltrator in the spacesuit who attached the explosive charges to Deep Space Nine. Like they think he's like an expert infiltrator. And Chorog type said Chorog and the Klingons are getting into a blood wine drinking contest. John is officiating.
Everybody's pre-partying. Wow, the party happens after I hand back command. Jeez.
Like it's just like everyone's just sort of like relieved. Kurland begins to step over towards Eli.
All right. They stand in front of Cisco's office. There's like a metal plate that's been put over the window for now. It's the equivalent of like the plyboard.
Yeah.
On the other end is the fucking... What was the thing in Clerks? Like... Shit. You know it.
So, at any rate, though, I mean, like, Kurland's going up towards you. I mean, he's a man of few words. So, you have the opportunity to, like, be the one to initiate this part of the conversation.
Captain Kurland, it is my great honor to hand back command of Deep Space Nine to you. And your capable hands.
There's like a big round of applause, cheering, and Klingon yells of appreciation as Kurland says, "Thank you, my good captain. Connor wasn't, right?"
Oh, Connor.
Ah, yes. Today will go down as a great day for Starfleet for, well, subterfuge and creative thinking. We are all in your crew's debt.
I assure you, you're not. This is just merely our duty.
Yes, I see. In that case, let's get this station back going in lives under the normal routine.
Yeah, we should probably move the party to Quarks instead of,
Ah, indeed. He will... Quarks will be beside himself for the revenue he's lost at this point. So, yes, indeed. On Quarks? Around? Well... It's on Quark. You can earn the profits back later. I'm sure plenty of people will be wanting to stop by afterwards. We have an entire fleet here, after all, and everyone wants to have a little bit of a peek. They always do. And with that, everyone moves down to Quarks.
I think Daniel's gonna linger and just kind of stay by one of the windows.
Yeah. The one that hasn't been blown up.
Staring out into space as the debris of... looking at the debris of the Jem'Hadar ships drifting by.
The camera pans down to Quarks, where there's much celebration and merriment. Quark, well, the first drinks are on him. Second drinks, quite. And of course, there's much entertaining to be had as well. Jabos being spun, darts being thrown... The hollow sweets are starting to get into use. And, well, it's a good time. And with that, we'll call it for this evening. Unless people have residual scenes at the end.
there is a very minor scene after all this happens that Rick sort of walks back in and into engineering and hands some of the bottles that were collected from Deep Space Nine's engineering and places them in the Reliant's own little contraband spot in engineering.
There's a beep. There's just an innocuous beep from your tricorder, almost if someone with a high-pitched voice is just saying beep. And there's a green light at one of the consoles in engineering.
He doesn't seem to notice
Someone will be watching. And next time we'll have all the honors laid down by command and orders on to where to go next. Perhaps some shore leave. Perhaps at a familiar planet we haven't been to in a while.
We did miss a summer episode this year.
Yep.
No, you can't make us vacation.
You're going to vacation, and you're going to vacation on Ifar.
Didn't we
So
already
long
do
as
it?
it's not Ryza.
Didn't we kind of do a summer episode?
No.
We did a holiday episode, not a summer episode. No one goes to the UK in summer.